Hello and welcome to AutoCAD 101. For this video, I'm going to be talking about the trim command. The trim command, you'll see here in the Modify tab. You can click there or type TR, which is the trim shortcut. And the first part of the command is to select a cutting edge. And these are all single lines. You can pick any one. I'm going to pick these two and press space. And now I'm picking an object to cut. And you'll see it shows you a preview of anything you're going to be cut. And since I selected these two lines, you can see them glowing a little bit blue. You can cut a cutting edge on another cutting edge, and any line on a cutting line. But you'll notice this line, since it is not a cutting edge, won't cut this line. And to further demonstrate that, let's make a couple copies of this. And let's put another one down here. So I'm going to type in TR again. Pick those two lines again, and then I'm going to pick these two, and I'm going to pick these two. Now you'll see that these lines, although they aren't technically touching, it is seeing this line extend all the way across. So if I select here, the same for down here, this line, since it's selected, extends up as well. Let's see that at work without the other selection. I'm going to pick these two and nothing else. So although these lines aren't technically crossing, it's a separate line, this plane is technically a cutting plane. So now you'll see that those lines are continued. But over here, since nothing crosses these lines on this particular diagram, nothing actually happening over here. So you want to be aware of what lines you select and where they extend to. An easier way of using the trim command is just TR and then select all. And then every line is a cutting plane or a cutting edge. And you can trim any of the lines based on each other. So I'm going to pick, let's say, this one and this one. So again, you'll notice nothing happens here, but these two lines will be trimmed based on this line, which is, the line itself doesn't extend, but the cutting edge extends indefinitely. And the same over here. This line isn't going to be trimmed because it doesn't cross a cutting line, but these ones do. And these ones, of course, do. Now you can also select a fence, which will cut anything along the fence line. You see these lines, and I can do a multi-sided fence if you like, and that'll trim out anything that crosses that line. Select all. You can also use a crossing, which is the normal selection window, but it will trim anything in the crossing. It's actually what touches the crossing last. You see, if I'm here, it's trimming this middle one. If I move out, it's trimming the outside one. And I'm pulling to the right now. Normally the crossing window only goes to the left, but I can do either one because I selected the crossing option. And then you can select a projection or an edge. You can also erase through the trim command. I typically don't. And you can undo. The trim command is one that doesn't exit until you press space. If I were to press space now, it would end the trim command. But otherwise, you can undo any trims that you've done, but only for that command. If I want to undo these other trims that I had done, that would be Control Z. You can Control Z. I think it has a history of like 25 commands that you can go back and cycle through. That is the trim command, plus a little bonus data about Control Z. Thanks for watching, and good luck.